How do people actually eat on camera? Because I know people film these mukbang things all the time, and I'm like constantly thinking about what is stuck in my teeth, because inevitably something will get stuck in my teeth. Anyway, today is Spookathon. Every time I try to say Spookathon, it comes out Spookathon. Every time. It's like I just can't do H's lately. I don't know what's up. Anyway, today is Spookathon day 3. So this morning, I woke up, made my coffee like normal. I read a little bit of my book, and then I went outside, I don't know, around noon, a little before noon, and I decided to trim all of our hedges and shrubs, or whatever, not hedges, I guess shrubs. We have a whole bunch. We have like 2 big things out front, 2, like, are they pine? I don't really know what they're called. Cedars? I don't know. We have 2 shorter ones, and by shorter I still mean like a good 4 feet tall and about 5 feet wide, but they were getting really crazily big. And then so I cut some branches off of a birch tree. I trimmed this entire, like, I want to call it a bush. It was like 8 feet tall, 9 feet tall, maybe taller. I cut that down to about 4 feet, cut these hedges or shrubs or whatever down to about 4 feet, shaped them all. And then we have 2 more shrubs by our chicken coop that I also cut down, and then I also trimmed off all of my raspberry bushes, which I don't know if I was supposed to do that before the winter. It could have been bad for them, I don't know, but I didn't prune them well last year and they got huge, so I thought I would just trim them because they're not making raspberries anymore anyway. So needless to say, my arms and my hands were so dead when I came inside. It was like, my hands were like stuck in the shape of the hedge trimmers, and I have like super bad posture, but I don't care that much right now. So I was very tired when I came in. I decided to have a quick shower, wash my hair, because I was kind of disgusting. It was like, I don't know what the temperature was today, but it was not warm, but after doing all of that trimming, I was like sweating in my jacket. But while I was trimming the hedges, I got some book mail. This is WILDCAT by Harker. He reached out to me maybe a week ago or so and asked me if I wanted to read his book. It's a self-published author. I have not started reading it yet, but I did read the prologue and I think it sounds really interesting. So essentially the gist I get from this book is it's a fantasy book. I can't remember the time frame that it's set in, but it's a fantasy novel, and it's about this lady who is, I think she has to marry for some kind of like truce between like warring worlds or whatever, and she, I think, is trying to decide between being like your typical housewife and also still wanting to be a warrior. That sounded kind of interesting to me. I read the prologue. I liked the way he was writing, so I thought it would be interesting to at least give it a try. I'm definitely looking forward to reading it. I definitely, if it's a book that I like that's good, I will definitely let you guys know once I end up actually reading it. I think I'm going to try and read it in November, if not probably December, but I was pretty excited because this is the first book I've ever been sent, so that's kind of like a special nostalgic thing. And then after my shower, Owl was napping and still napping, so I did have about an hour or so before Rainer got home from school. It's starting to get better. It wasn't, like, it's not like bad or anything to begin with, but we're about halfway through now, roughly the halfway mark, and I feel like it's kind of starting to pick up. Like the first half was more just like backstory and like kind of leading up, I think. Like she's only just met up with someone who I think is gonna kind of start unlocking mysteries and stuff for her. But the first half is all just sort of backstories. The main character's name is Lydia, and she works at the Bright Ideas bookstore, and obviously someone commits suicide up in their top room, but then there's like, he leaves something behind, and she ends up like finding all these clues in these like kind of secret message kind of things. But she has no idea what they mean, and at this point we still have no idea what they mean. But it's really interesting. You also learn about like, there's like something that happened to her / around her when she was a kid, and you get like the backstory of that in the first half, and there's just a bunch of like information that seems pretty solid. Like, it's not like, sometimes I think with backstory it's like, okay, this is way too much. This is like tying in with the story, and it was like interesting enough that I didn't feel bored or anything. It's finally hit the point where there's like a couple spots where I've been like, ooh, that's kind of creepy. So I'm kind of excited about this book. I hope the ending, like, I feel like this is a thing that with thrillers, I just said thrillers. I feel like there's a thing, like, if the theme with thrillers is like the ending is going to make or break it for you, and I'm hoping the ending is good. I'm hoping that I enjoy it, but that's always something that you cannot bet on beforehand. But I'm gonna go finish eating this. I probably won't have any more updates for day 3 unless, you know, I get bored at like midnight or something. But if this is the last time that I see you today, I will see you tomorrow. Hey guys, welcome to Spookathon Spookathon day 4. I have been very productive today, not very vloggy again, but I didn't want this to get to the point where I am sitting in bed at like 11 o'clock at night eating lasagna again, because we can't do that 2 days in a row. That's not acceptable 2 days in a row. So today you can't even tell, like, look at this. I'm like a little embarrassed that this is what my table looks like right now. Why is Princess Sophia there? I don't know. But today I baked Rainer's birthday cake. I made a bunch of buttercream icing, did a bunch of dishes, but I had to do the dishes because I had to clear out the sink before I could do the baking, and then I washed all the dishes from the baking, and now I have dishes from making the icing. Like, look at this. This is my stand mixer, which I just shined up all beautiful yesterday. See? You can see? And now it's covered in icing sugar. So I'm gonna have to clean that all out again. But I made these cakes, and I will remind me if I forget. I have a recipe, I think it's by Smitten Kitchen. I think that's like the blog or the website that it's on. But my friend Tara shared this recipe with me back when, like, for Owl's last birthday, and I made this cake for her, and it was so good. And then Rainer he wants a Star Wars birthday, but a Jurassic Park cake. So it's going to be a Star Wars Jurassic Park. He's never seen Jurassic Park. It's way too gruesome. He's only 6. But he's seen the commercials, and he just loves dinosaurs, so he loves to call everything Jurassic Park. So anyway, he's getting a Jurassic Park dino cake that I still have to figure out how to make. I'll show you guys when I get it together, because I either have to decorate it tonight or tomorrow. And then he wants to have like Star Wars cups and plates and stuff, so it's his birthday, whatever. But I was gonna just order him a cake because I knew I'd be so busy this week. And then he was like, could you make my cake like you did for Adelaide? And I'm like, oh, well, I can't make one kid a cake and not the other kid a cake. So I made the same recipe that I did for her birthday, and like, that cake is so good. It's like the best, it's literally called the best yellow cake recipe, but it is. It's so good. It's not like, I can't explain it. It's like a little bit more dense or something, or like bready. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but it is so good. It's like the best vanilla cake or yellow cake I've ever made. So I made it again, and I have it forever bookmarked on my phone. I need to write it down in case the website ever goes away, because I've had instances in the past where I've bookmarked things and I go back to get the recipe and it's gone. But anyway, I'm excited to put this cake together. I'm excited for his birthday on Saturday. A little aggravated because he came home today, and anyone who has kids knows, like, the mama bear, like, when your kid comes home from school hurt. But he was at school today, and I guess after school they have like a recess, because he's a bus kid, so they have like a recess after the last bell, and then they play for like 20 minutes and then they load them on the bus or something like that. But I guess during this playtime, another kid who's the same age but a different class pushed him down and kicked him in the face and then stomped on his hand. And last year, this kid, I think it was the same kid, the name sounds familiar, also hit him a couple times last year, and like One time I think it was him who like he pulled a pillow out from under Rainer's feet and Rainer went face first into the ground, and like he's pushed him into tables and stuff. I think it's the same kid. It's a pretty distinct name, I'm not gonna say it, but it's a pretty distinct name to forget, and I know this name came up a few times last year with Rainer getting hit, and it's happening again this year, and I just don't get it. Like, Rainer is not, he's not in the room, I don't want him to hear me saying this, but he's not like a rough and tumble kid. He's a very like gentle kid. He likes like quiet, easygoing games. Like, he likes to play, but he doesn't hit, he doesn't wrestle, he doesn't like climb on people. He's not a body contact kind of kid, and I just feel bad because like he came home today and he's got a red mark here and here, and like you can tell his eye is kind of red, and I'm kind of worried he's gonna have a bit of a black eye. But apparently this kid ran up behind him, shoved him in the back, then kicked him in the face and stomped on his hand and ran away. And some big kids saw it happen and went to get a teacher for Rainer because Rainer like scuffed his leg on the ground. But I am like, I am mad. Not at the teachers or anything like that. Like, they have lots of kids. It's just I'm mad that this kid thinks it's okay to go and hit other kids. And I asked Rainer, like, is it just him? And apparently this little guy like does it to a lot of kids, and like one of Rainer's best friends got pushed down one day and kicked in the face. And I don't really understand what all this kick in the face business is, but like it makes my mama bear heart angry and sad all at the same time. Hey guys, it is day 5 of Spookathon, and as I mentioned in the last clip, I did not read, I don't think at all yesterday, but I will show you Rainer's birthday cake. So this is Rainer's birthday cake. He wanted a Jurassic World Star Wars birthday party, and I even made like a little volcano back here, and the dinosaurs are like running from it. Anyway, I just thought that cake was so cute. I am so proud of it, and I may not have gotten any reading done, but I made a cool cake. And the actual cake, I forgot to show you, but the actual cake I dyed different colors, so when you slice into it, it's yellow, or not yellow, it's blue and red and green inside, and it's gonna look so cool. It's so cool. I'm excited for his birthday party tomorrow. I'm also kind of excited for it to be done so I can relax, because it's like 2:30 now and I just got back home. I had to run all the errands to get like the paper plates and cups and decorations, and everything is like Star Wars and Jurassic World themed. These are the balloons that we got him. All of the latex ones are dinosaurs. And then we got him a BB-8 balloon up at the top there. I got a bunch of like chips and drinks and stuff like that. And my kitchen, if you saw behind me a second ago, is still a massive disaster that I have to tidy up today. It was like, I got like the table and stuff kind of cleaned off, and then I baked a cake and made buttercream frosting and dyed all the frosting and put the cake together, etc., etc. And now my kitchen is like almost worse than it was before. But I need to start with the bathroom because I need to do, I don't even know why I'm doing this because I'm going to have a bunch of 6-year-olds at my house tomorrow. But just for the sake of it needing to be done, I got to scrub down like the whole bathroom counter and tub and wash the floor and the toilet and all that stuff and do laundry. I'm washing towels right now. But anyway, hopefully I can get all of this tidied up. Like, look at this. It's such a disaster. But hopefully the next time you see this kitchen, it will look awesome.